Hey y'all, what is up YouTube? How's it going everyone? Sparky Marky Mark here, and I'm back to do a review for a certain film of the 80s. Now, this particular film you may be familiar or unfamiliar with, and it was released in the year 1984, and it's called Suburbia. Now, let's see. Oh, here it is, Suburbia. Hold on a second, let me fix the angle, right? Okay, here we go, here you go. Here's the movie. And it's a group of punk rock kids living in the streets of LA, not living in the streets, just living the life, being in the rock band or something like that. And of course the person who directed also wrote the script for the film, Penelope Spheeris, and it's a Roger Corman film. Really, this is a low budget film and it's a $500,000 budget movie. Very indie, low budget, of course. And Penelope Spheeris directed this film, and this came out 10 years until 1994 when she also directed The Little Rascals, which I don't know if there's a little feel to this movie to another one, but she also directed another project years in 1988 called I forget what the name of it, but it stars Daniel Roebuck, and it's a different film, but heck, all in all, it is indeed a hell of a film, not to lie there. And among other things, this is indeed a great film to see and watch. You can get your copy on Shout Factory. You want to get the DVD of it, or you want to get the Blu-ray. So it's your choice how you want to get it. So yeah, this is the director, Penelope Spheeris. Very rock and roll chick in her, no lie about it. And also, some years later, she would also direct another film with the musician of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Flea, in another film she would later direct in the late 80s, of course. Wow, she did one heck of a job on this. And among other things, here it is, Mike B. the Flea. This is the guitarist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, back when he was like young in the early 80s, of course. And let's be clear, I'm a big fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're cool. They're an awesome band. They've been around since the 90s, of course. And let's see what other projects she would later do. And he would later be appearing in the sequels of Back to the Future as the character of Douglas J. Needles. And let's see here. Actually, in the late 80s of 1987, he would be involved with Penelope Spheeris again in a movie called Dudes with Daniel Roebuck, Catherine Mary Stewart, and John Cryer. And the script was written by Randall Jansen, if I said his name right. And it's also released by Shout Factory, of course, the Blu-ray edition. But it may be released in 1987 during a Toronto Film Festival in 1987, but it was released on June 24, 1988. So yeah. This is indeed a very good film, Dudes. And this one, played by Daniel Roebuck, he's like an Indian character. He plays the role of Biscuit. And John Cryer plays Grant. And Flea plays by, and Milo is played by Flea. And the character of Jesse is played by Catherine Mary Stewart. And it's very indeed a good, I don't know how much was the budget. Heck, it doesn't even say, but I'm going to have to guess it's an indie low budget. So yeah, so back to this movie, Suburbia. Great fun movie, indie to watch, and I will show you what the disc looks like, of course, and the DVD menu as well. So yeah, so this movie indeed is a very good film, but it has a tragedy end of the story. Also produced by Burt Dragan, and it was released by New World Pictures, which is of course funded by Roger Corman, obviously, released in the spring of 1984. So among other things, this is indeed a great film, group of misfit kids trying to live off, trying to have a normal life, and then this and that happens. One of the characters' father is gay and runs away. When he comes back to his father, he finds out he's dead, and then suddenly he tries to live a normal life and being in this group, of course. And indeed, it goes through traumatic effects of the group of societies that don't want to do with misfits and punk rockers, of course. But who cares? This is an insane film. And with that, let's take a look at the DVD. Well, folks, here's the DVD. And this DVD, of course, came out a few years ago on Shout Factory. And it's part of the Roger Corman's Cult Classics. And this is indeed a great cover art. That you have these group of misfit characters living a normal life. Here's the side of the artwork. Shout Factory. And if you see a hole on the UPC code, I believe this was on a pre-order that someone else had at the time when it came out. Excuse me. So, Vincent Canby of the New York Times says, clear-eyed, compassionate melodrama, good genre film. Also, Variety says, a tough, somewhat compassionate look at the punk generations. So yeah, then you have the words, the rejected. The character, it takes place in the 80s, which it is, and his younger brother leave their broken home, and in attempt to escape their alcoholic mother, they fall with the rejected, aka the TR, aka TR, a group of punks who live in squatters in an abandoned home by the side of the highway with TR. The boys find a new family, but the newfound family will be tested when they become the target of Citizens Against Crime, the CAC, a group of unhappy suburbanites. Wow, that's pretty bummer and low. And this is indeed a fun film to watch. But the Citizens Against Crime, come on, these are just punk, innocent youngsters trying to live a normal life. And you have to tell by their mom, who's an alcoholic, and and there's no father figure in the picture since the father died during the War of Vietnam, or somewhat. And you see a little kid riding a tricycle with a mohawk. So yeah, in IMDb and trivia, the actor who played this kid, he's grown up and he works as an interior designer or somewhat, or an art painter, I think. He talks about this was a great film to work on. No special features. You have a new anamorphic widescreen transfer 18.51, an audio commentary with the director and writer, Penelope Spheeris, new audio commentary with the director and writer Penelope Spheeris, producer Bert Jurigen, and actress Jennifer Clay, still galleries and trailer. That's all you have to know about what's in this. And with that, let's take a look at the menu. But hey, let's show the artwork. Come on, let's show the artwork. What's the artwork? What does the artwork look like? Let's get it out. Okay, before that, let's take a look at this. Here you have some of the titles of the Roger Corman's Cult Classics. And then you have this pamphlet signed by Roger Corman. Wow. He just turned 95 a month ago, so shout out to you, Roger Corman. Very special thanks to the director, Penelope Spheeris, and producer, Roger Corman. Special thanks to everyone involved in the film. So yeah. And of course, she would be involved in Suburban Teenagers, later had a huge hit with Wayne's World. But this is about neon punks for new generations of young people to enjoy. So yeah. And this is, I believe, a theater of the scene of the film. I don't even know if this was ever in the movie, but dudes, this is indeed a great, this is a theater packed with people to see the film. So yeah, I thought it was going to be a rock concert that we were going to see, but oh well, this is what we got. And with that, let's take a look at the menu. Here is the menu, folks. This is it, folks. This is the menu. And what you have here is to play the film, or you want to go to other scenes, you can go to chapter, and you have the special features. Let's take a look at chapter. Very quick. Main title, have some fun, what a drag, TR House, nice day, recruit. And next, begging for it, no lootering, heads will roll, funeral, hasta luego, and end credit. So yeah, it's a 12-chapter kind of story, but it is good. And TR, if anybody knows what that stands for, it stands for the rejected. That's what TR stands for. And these are the TR kids, the rejected kids, if you will, of society. So yeah, either you identify yourself as one of the characters, or you were one of these characters, and or you knew somebody that who remind you of these characters, like friends, family, relatives, perhaps, or some of your friends, relatives, or family members have any like feel of these characters that you identify yourself with. So yeah, I enjoy this film. It's a great film, great story. Not based on any books or novels or anything. Mm-mm. And among other things, it's a great film. And like you already said, like you already heard, it doesn't have like much of special features. All you have is two audio commentaries, and you only get steel gallery and trailers. That's it. And with that, I'll leave you. And you guys got to get yourself a copy of either the DVD or the Blu-ray. They're great, and among other things. And this is indeed a great film to watch. And the wardrobe era was crazy but cool at the same time, of course. But indeed, in the last 40 years or 30 some years, 30 or 40 years, I mean, this film still holds up great. And another coincidence that in the mid 80s of 1986, 2 years after the release of Suburbia, the English duo, a group called the Pet Shop Boys, if you will, Pet Shop Boys, get it? Pet Shop. Uh, but anyways, they were influenced by the movie, and they also made a music video called Suburbia. And I'll leave you the link in the description box for the music video as well, if anybody's interested, because I mean, they don't even show scenes from the film. If this music came out the same time as this movie, I'm pretty sure they would have done a music video and put scenes from the film at least. But at the same time, this was 1984, and this was when Pet Shop Boys started getting noticeable well more. They were recording their new single, which would come out a year later in 1985, called West End Girls, and I mean, and they also did other music. One other music prior to the release uh, of their biggest hits. So yeah, and I'll leave you the link in the description box for the music video, and I'll leave you the link in the description box for the trailer and the movie. And get your copy at Shout Factory at Amazon. Get it while you can, y'all. That's all you gotta know about. If you like this film, go and get it. Pull the trigger, man. Your choice, dudes and dudettes of the world. So yeah. So before signing off, y'all subscribe to my channel to be notified of any new uploads. That's either product related, movie related, item related, anything related, or perhaps toy related, if you will, and movie related as well, and among other things, and also new updates and such, or any new reviews coming soon. And among other things, like the videos, share the videos around, and leave comments down in the description box as well. And also give you a heads up. Give me a sec. Alrighty, before ending this video, I should notify any of you subscribers and dudes and dudettes of horror, fans of horror, if you will, that you have less than about 8 days. We got 8 more days until this campaign ends. So to give, and I've been leaving it in the link in the description box down below, and it did surpass the funding pledges for 50,000 for the Friday 13 Vengeance sequel, BloodLines Part 2, if you will. But it's Friday 13 Vengeance 2 Bloodlines, if you will. And the trailer already popped up. I'll leave it a link in the description box. So yeah, better get some of these items. If you want an autograph sign, go ahead. It's $30. It's your choice of how you want it, of course. And just to give you updates, and to be sure, you don't pay none of these items um by the end of May 22nd. That's when funding campaign ends. Get yourself a copy, of course. Make sure you log in with your own Facebook as well to make sure that you already purchased your item. But remember, you don't pay none of these items until funding ends May 22nd. So yeah, that's just my heads up to tell you all. And yeah, better get it like right now, folks. Better get it like right now. I'm serious. And among other things. So links will be in the description box down below, if you will. So yeah, this is Sparky Marky Mark signing off. Y'all take care. God bless you. Catch you all in the next vid.